Let's face it, no one ever left home to become one with the crowd. No one ever hit the road without a drive and without a need to succeed. No one, never. Because the whole idea to start on your own is to find your passion, to discover something novel, moving, inspiring, to discover something new and extraordinary in yourself, the idea and the business you choose to do. Consider a new role. Find an entrepreneur in you. Take risks. Crave for the new. Build new relationships. Find new energy to break all barriers. Become one with your idea, your passion and belief. Well, since 1999, we have partnered and nurtured more business relationships than any other company. Helping entrepreneurs explore new businesses is not just what we believe in. It has always been who we are. Since Gaurav packed his bags and left off in search of the extraordinary, we have opened and put more businesses on a growth path than anybody else. And the best thing about growth is that it never stops knocking on the doors of successful people. Successful people who are always looking for the right opportunity. We all get a moment with that opportunity. And right now, somewhere around you, right here, there is an opportunity waiting just for you. An opportunity that could lead you on your path for the rest of your life. As franchise Indians every day, everything we do is creating an opportunity for you. Because your growth is our business.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on this webinar called Business Opportunity. Business Opportunity Over Chai is a webinar series presented by the management of Franchise India every day at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. We then aim to introduce you to a new business opportunity. Over the last 27 years, Franchise India has helped thousands of investors selecting the right franchise business for them. If you're watching us right now, you're just a few steps behind to take a decision to start your entrepreneurial journey. Stay tuned because in today's webinar, we are excited to introduce you a premium coffee cafe chain called Coffee Shop Company. Coffee Shop Company is a premium cafe chain that started in Austria back in 1999. What makes it different, what makes it special and different is how it blends the old world charm of Venice coffee house culture with the fast-paced lifestyle of today's consumers. Now, as a part of the Eatery Group, the coffee shop company has grown to more than 100 franchise outlets in over 30 countries. Guests come here for much more than just a coffee. They get artisanal beverage, gourmet snacks, stylish interiors, and the kind of warm hospitality you would expect from a European cafe. Today, coffee shop company generates over 100 million euros in sales, employs more than 1,150 people, and runs 70 plus company-owned stores. That makes it one of Austria's largest multi-brand food service operator. And the brand is now gearing up for the new, bigger global expansion through franchising, including India. And to talk about the same, I'm joined with Zaina, who is the managing director of Coffee Shop Company, along with Sonia Chaudhary. Sonia Chaudhary is the managing director of Franchise India, along with my colleagues like Vishal Mahajan, Asif. These are the key account managers. They have the responsibility of business expansion across India. But before we talk more about the brand and the business opportunity, I would like to inform all the viewers that you also have opportunity to ask questions directly to the managing director of this brand and managing director of Franchise India. It is a great opportunity for you. I mean, in case if you would have any question, my request is to please keep on posting your queries into the Q&A box, and we will take them up once the presentation is over. Now, before we talk about the brand, I'll start the presentation. I would request Sonia ma'am to please take the lead. Let's set the perspective, and then we will move on to the presentation part.
Thank you so much, Bharat. And I'll first and foremost, like to welcome Hazana Alanova, who is the MD of Coffee Shop Company Global, headquartered in Austria. She's a very dynamic and a charismatic leader, oversees all operations and also leads the strategic direction of the company. And she's spearheading the entire global expansion for Coffee Shop Company. And between our two companies, Franchise India and Fran Global, I would say we're very proud to partner with Coffee Shop Company as a master franchisee, which is not just limited to India, but also it includes other markets like Sri Lanka, Egypt, Oman, and Bangladesh. And this is the first formal webinar where we are glad to present this opportunity, very special opportunity for India. But this is only for very select partners. So I'll give you a little brief also on Coffee Shop Company. So the Coffee Shop Company, it is a global brand recognized chain with its home in Vienna, Austria. And I'm also happy to share with all our friends who have joined in today. Very shortly, you will see the first outlet of Coffee Shop Company, which is planned to be launched in the capital of India, which is Delhi. So we'll announce that very, very soon. And we'll also have Zana along with our team visiting India sometime in the month of October. So the company, the parent company is FIHL Group, which is a family-owned conglomerate with business interests largely in three different segments, which includes hospitality, technology, and real estate. And the hospitality company is a company which works under the entity of Eatery Group, which is also the largest multi-food brand service restaurant management company of Austria, which also owns the master franchise rights of Burger King in Austria. And Coffee Shop Company proudly operates in about 9 countries. They have 125 locations, which they run in countries like Russia, Georgia, Armenia, Hungary, Czechoslovakia, and now also in India. So if you look at the overall cafe market in India, we have strong fundamentals of this industry becoming very, very big. And as per one of the recent reports I was reading, that was released, and I was reading that some time back. Today, the branded spend visit is relatively become comparatively higher than what it was maybe 4 or 5 years back. So on an average, the millennials of today are spending about 660 per visit when they go to branded cafes in India. And many of these visits are actually social visits, which are inside the stores. And evenings remain a very, very important aspect, which also means that brands and businesses which can support full service cafe models, they are well positioned to cater to an audience like that. And one of the important trends which has come up, which we see very strongly, is this trend of premiumization and specialty coffee. This interest is growing today. And the premiumization in the coffee cafe market actually means that there's a shift from the mass value offerings which are provided at your corner shops, which is more focused on using specialty coffees or single origin beans. A lot of sophisticated brewing methods, which is also the case of a coffee shop company. We have a lot of roasts, which are artisanal roast, small batches, which brings in a lot of transparency also when and how we are sourcing. And more importantly, I would say our elevated ambience, design, aesthetics, as far as coffee shop is concerning across different formats, includes also the most important part, which is food pairing. So initially, when you saw a lot of these cafes coming up, the ratio of food was comparatively very, very small. But Coffee Shop Company has a very, very attractive food pairing and premium snacks, dessert offering, quick bites, which can work the entire day. So in all, the long trading hours, which starts early in the morning and go up to late in the evening. So friends, I'll now request, we have this opportunity which we are presenting for area franchise partners in India. But equally, if there are strong partners who want to run and operate a single unit, we'll be happy to speak to all of you. So I'll request now Ms. Zana to come and present the business opportunity. And so we'll run you through a small presentation, which is about the brand, the journey, what Coffee Shop Company stands for. And then we'll take 10 odd minutes to run you through the financial business model, which will be run by Vishal. So Vishal, you see on the screen, is part of our team at India. So Vishal leads the entire franchise expansion and support structure for our partners in India, and also the other markets where we are present in. And along with him, we have two of his team members, Asif, who you see on the screen, and also Sahil. So they work along with Vishal. So he will take you through the entire financials. But before that, I'll request Zana if you want to set the perspective. And friends, I'll request all of you, any questions that you have, you can put your questions in the Q&A box. We'll be happy to answer these questions. And Vishal will also leave his email ID and his contact details in case you want to reach out to him directly. Over to you, Zana.
Thank you so much. And I'm very thankful to be able to participate in this webinar. And best regards from Austria to everyone, or as we say here, herzlich willkommen und liebe Grüße aus Österreich. Yes, so the Austria is definitely very well known for the coffee shop culture. And there's a reason why Vienna was even recognized in 2011 as UNESCO Intangible Heritage. So, and that really what makes us so different from any other coffee shop companies or coffee chains, because we believe in the really connecting the coffee and the people to make it an experience. So let me guide you a little bit why this coffee shop or coffee house experience is so different in Vienna versus the other countries. It goes back to centuries ago, where in Vienna there were these coffee houses established with the objective to bring the people together. It was the coffee houses where people spent hours, you know, there were a lot of artists and poets and intellectual people exchanging their philosophy. And that was always a place where it's the socializing, always supported by the coffee. Also talking about the coffee is not always the same coffee. And what makes us so special versus the other coffee chains? Because we are bringing also the coffee specialties from Vienna. Of course, we are tackling the classical Italian drinks like espresso or ristretto, which are normally from the profile more bitter ones. But the Vienna roasting and the Vienna blends were specially developed to address a larger people of the group, so that you can really enjoy not only just one sip, but you can enjoy the whole day. So that is why our blends are more balanced for Viennese specialties. We work with two blends, the Italians and the Viennese ones. And that is why we cover an absolutely different experience. And thinking also about the way how much people drink coffee in Austria and in India, I think there is a huge opportunity to grow. Thinking about the consumption in Austria, we speak about 7 to 8 kilograms per capita per year, whereas in India, it's still between 250 and 500 grams. And the category is growing double digit. And the easiest way to join the category is not always starting from the bitter drinks, but the start with more balanced drinks, which are also a delicious explosion with different kind of whipped creams or any kind of other sweets creative solution. And as Sonia correctly said, we are always pairing this in terms of the coffees and also with the cakes. The Austrian cakes have enormous history, and we're bringing this experience to the market. So that is the reason why our average ticket size, for instance, in the core countries in Central Eastern Europe, like let's take Georgia, yeah, which is not so far away from the economical perspective. So it's around 9 euros. People come there not only simply to grab a coffee like in Italy, but they're staying and spending the time exchanging their ideas, dreams, and making them work. And that is why we have also very broad modules that we are offering. We offer from the very tiny smalls that you really have to grab coffee for the university, up to very large stores where you have 600 square meters, where you offer complete kitchen, you know, talking about the cakes, talking about the pastry, but also talking about the real food proposition, make it in a restaurant. So this makes us so special and different versus the rest of the franchisor, that we are selling not the coffee, but the experience and the socializing, bringing the people together. That's the one aspect. The second aspect, which is very important for us, and I think which makes us very special, that we as a company are still a family business, which makes us, of course, sustainably driven, but we are also franchisor. So we are franchisor ourselves from the Burger King and from the Nazi and from the other brands, but we are also a franchisee, yeah, so franchisor and franchisee. So we know from both sides what you guys need to have a successful business, because we are in the same position as you are for the other brands like Burger King. So once we have taken over the company was established 1999, but was taken over by the FIHL Holding, which is also still a family-driven business, by in 2021, and we perfected this model to be able to expand it franchise-wise globally. So we took the best of the franchise operations that we know, and we created, I think, a very successful model, which is now successfully rolled out. And I'm very happy proud to connect with Franchise India in this respect. That is why we were not simply, using any partner, but for us, we are 100% convinced that to have a strong partner on your side makes your business successful. And that is one of our dedication, because we don't simply sell a franchise and forget about you guys. We are only successful as long as you are successful. That is why we took the most experienced part in terms of the franchise operations in the local market. We bring the global expertise, and we also adjust it to the local environment as much as needed to make it a global approach. Yes, so it means that we are offering also a very large scope of trainings, of the support. What also makes us so special, it's not only about the coffees that we are selling now, and also about the cakes and the snacks. We're also offering a large proposition of tea and other drinks, which also makes it a great opportunity for everyone, because especially knowing that India is very much a tea drinking country. So everybody will be able to find here a nice beverage. We're offering 360-degree beverage proposition. And should it be the case that you have a very nice location with a great evening socializing program and after work, there is also an opportunity even to include alcoholic drinks if necessary. So we are maximizing the location opportunities at its best. Let it be the 20 square meters or let it be the 600 square meters. Of course, we are carefully supporting you in selecting the location, so guiding you through what's important. We are also supporting you in the way how you are planning the entire location. Whether you put the coffee machine on the left or on the right, what kind of the devices are next to this is 100% relevant for your daily operations. And here we are bringing the expertise to you, which we have throughout decades of operations. Of course, we have all the training teams, and we will be also sending our training teams for the first locations in Delhi. I will be also physically present there for the opening, and also hopefully even earlier to catch up. So you are also not left alone. Once you are opening your operation, we will be looking together with you at the P&Ls and to see how we can optimize the business, how we can adjust your proposition to make it a successful business. And contrary to many other franchises, we don't cap your profitability. It means the more successful you are, the more successful our operations is. So we are not demanding then, higher royalties or whatsoever. So we are sticking to our propositions, and we are very successful and very happy if you earn even more. And our ranges grow very much different market by market, but they are from 15 in a more challenging market where the workforce is highly expensive from the EBITDA perspective, going up to 37%. So of course, it's very much dependent on the financials of the locations and of the workforce, but there are unlimited opportunities how to make it. Last but not least, you get a complete license to operate. It means that you don't need to think of what kind of drinks you need to include, what kind of new promotions and new trends you need to include. This work we are doing for you, and we are preparing for you all the innovations and trends. I have now already prepared the plan for 2026, prognosing what kind of the new trends will be done. We are doing the photo shooting, the promotions. So you have the full plug and play solution that you can implement in this respect. We are also using this not only from the way of the proposition of the portfolio, but also the way how we operate from the crockery, from the cups, from the coffee machines. We have tested over 100 brands of the coffee machines producers, and we have selected the ones that are really the best, the state of the art, like Simonelli and La Cimbali, to make sure your baristas don't make mistakes. And even if there are some mistakes, they are minimized in terms of the impact. So we have perfection, from the bean to the coffee machine to the cup. And if you take a look at our cup proposition, they are really premium. So it's not only about on the go in the plastic cups, because we are truly believing that we are selling not just coffee, but an experience that brings people together. So I'm not sure if anything else I should tell from my
Wonderful,
side.
Pranav. That was well summarized. Absolutely. So we'll run through the quick presentation, and some of the presentation have you already covered. So some parts we can skip, but I'll leave it on to you. We can put that on the screen now. Yes.
Good. So then let's move on. And I will only highlight the main topic as a summary. I would say we go then further on. So that's one might be one thing interesting to see, that which shows that we are working with different brands, but we are also having the technology company in our portfolio, which is the Reed. And this is also something very different, because we are bringing the traditional coffee shop culture of Vienna to the new levels of operation. And the Reed is a technological company which we are, for example, developing now fully optimized solution for the Burger King burger productions. And if you can produce a burger without any human efforts, then to make a coffee, it's a really something very, very easy to make. So we do have the technological advantage, and we do have the portfolio which brings us the expertise of the franchisor and franchisee. We are also operating the most modern food parks in Europe. Yeah, that's okay. I would say that we go to the next slides. Yeah. Yes, I would say let's move on. And maybe, so I think I should share maybe the other presentation, because
Vishal, we need to share the brand deck, the one that you sent to me. This is the corporate profile of the parent company. That is
Asif shared separate one. This was the global PPT.
so we need not run the two separate presentations. We can run the main.
Because I mean, I would be delighted to go through all the presentations, but I think yes, that's fantastic. That's the most down to earth. Yes, summarized. So really, we work with the quality products, and our vision is the quality. So we don't compromise on the coffee. We are working with 100% Arabica in 2 blends, and that's really what our guests are really appreciating. And as said, our experience is to bring in the special of the coffee house culture together with the modern solutions here, given the taste experience, and also building the business sustainably. Okay. So you could see here some of the modern stores that we have. We do have some of the stores which are even self-served, especially for the high frequency locations like the airports, like the highways. And in the next slides, you would see also some of the outlets that are really fully served. And our passion is really, we succeed together with our franchisees. We are the team players, so we're not the one who would be, squeezing all the juices out of you. We are successful. If you are successful, that's why we'll go through the targets together, looking at the improvements. And because we are family-driven business, we think about the long-term development. Hopefully, that the one generation will be then followed by the new generation. And this is only can be possible if you are profitable, and then it makes our business successful. And that's why we will always act reasonably, and will evaluate each and single risk and opportunity associated with each of the locations behind. Yeah. Yes, long history, 99 to 2025, but as said, it was already in the previous century, in 1950s, that the owners took coffee seriously. So we have more or less almost 75 years of experience in the coffee business, and I'm very proud to partner with Franchise India, whom we believe is the most experienced partner to make your business locally successful. Yeah. Yes, that's exactly the 360 degrees proposition. So we offer state-of-the-art equipment that you don't need to select. We have also international contracts with the providers. We have an exclusive tableware that you will be able to see in the next pictures even more detailed. Premium ingredients, everything from our core ingredients is really our private label, so we don't compromise on the qualities, and the unique recipes that you will never find anywhere else, which are provided you in a very easy to read and friendly user manuals. Yeah, and then that you see that some of the propositions, so we offer everything from the coffees to the shakes, from the frappes, sauces, from the food. So you have a 360-degree approach for the product proposition. Of course, teas and shakes and snacks, so everything is already there. Yeah, and we adjust it accordingly. So I would pass it over to the franchise proposal when it goes to more figures and facts to you guys. And yes, what we offer still the comprehensive brand support. So we will design with you together, the store model. We will have a launch plan, before the plan, the training, the recipes and the menus, the trainings and the IT solution. So you have all-in-one plug and play solution to start your own business. So supported through the synergies that we use with our Indian franchise partner, Franchise India, Friendworks and Friend Global. Yeah, so looking forward to bringing the new coffee experience to India. And I think this category really deserves not just drinking the coffee and sipping it, but establishing it as something more beyond, as an experience, as the place to socialize and bring the new generation where new dreams are coming true.
Right. Thanks so much. Vishal, if you can run the financial. Meanwhile, I would request all the viewers, in case if you still have a question so far, you can put all your queries into the Q&A box, and we will take them up, after this financials.
You can also set a perspective, Vishal. We can put the Excel sheet. So friends, we're looking, like I said, we have two types of association. Somebody who can come as a larger partner with us and can own a territory. Now, the territory can be as large as a city, or it can also be the entire state rights. And the second association can be in the form of a unit franchise partner, where you get the rights to own and operate only a single unit in your market. The area partner would have a larger role. The area developer would be owning and operating one location by himself, but he will also have the responsibility to develop the territory along with the support of Franchise India and Fan Global teams, because we are a large company, franchise company. We do a lot of exhibitions, events every single month, and any territory that we close, my local teams at Franchise India, they also start working with the area developer to develop the territory and support him in expansion. But the responsibility is dual with the area developer, which is owning and operating his own location and also supporting the sub partners that come under him. So what we have done is we have split the territory largely into, I would say, 4 odd categories, which includes our top tier territory, which is Platinum, which includes cities like Delhi, Bombay, and Bangalore, and where we see a minimum rollout of 50 odd locations. And then comes our second tier, which is a category, or I would say gold club, gold territory, which largely includes our markets like Hyderabad, Chennai, Kolkata, and Pune, where the overall rollout for an area developer would be close to about 30 odd locations. And these 30 locations include one location owned and operated by him, and rest are sub-franchised. And then we have silver category, which includes Jaipur and Ahmedabad. Right? So these are locations we have segregated. So I'll let Shal run you through. Shal, you can continue. We can do the financials.
You're on mute still.
Yeah, thanks, ma'am. Thanks, Zahana, for setting up perspective. So, as ma'am mentioned, that we have multiple opportunities for investing in this brand in India. We are having a area developer role, which is sort of a regional master franchisee. That is actually a scalable model. And as Indian beverages industry is considered and majorly premium cafe segment, so we don't have any brand available if some investor wants to invest in for some sort of master rights and all. So this is a great opportunity that we are bringing up here in India. This is a European brand, and demand of premium segment cafe in India is increasing rapidly, but there is no such opportunity available. So that's why this option becomes very lucrative. So we have multiple opportunities in say, master franchisee segment and sorry, regional master franchisee that we call it as a area developer, depending on the particular regions. So we have a different categories depending on the potential of that particular region. So we have divided into different segments like platinum, gold, silver. And based on that, how the area developer model will work, how their revenue will come up, what are the source of those revenue. So they will get some particular share from the franchisee fee and the royalty that will be coming through the franchisees. So I will jump into area developer financial brief little later. First, I just give you a small brief about the unit franchisee model. So once you understand the unit franchisee model, then it will be easy to understand how this revenue will come through this particular franchisee model. I'm just giving you some small brief about the unit franchises first. So we are bringing up three different models. The one is express kiosk-based model. Then we have a small cafe with a small sitting capacity of 30 people. Then we are having a large cafe model of 1200 square feet. So the area required for the small model will be 300 square feet, then 600 square feet and 1200 square feet. So we can start anywhere in between 300 to 1200 square feet depending on the location that we are getting. So the monthly rental that we are assuming is 400 per square feet for the small kiosk-based model, and 600 per square feet for the, 350 for the model somewhere close to 600 square feet. Then 300 per square feet for the large format 1200 square feet.
Shall if I can add here, friends, express model is not an option if you're taking a single unit, and only this is an option with the area developer where he would bundle couple of corporate locations. So express, we don't want to do outside the top corporate spots and locations. So the model that we would actually follow would be anything between 800 odd square feet to about 2000 odd square feet of space. Yes.
Yeah. So the store investment that is inclusive of your store fit out, equipment cost and franchisee fee. Here the fixed component will be franchisee fee, that is a non-refundable element. Other than that, it's a variable component and it depends on the exact area that you are getting. So based on that, we are assuming somewhere close to 2500 per square feet as a store capex. That includes all fit out, starting from your all like interiors, then air conditioning, lighting, everything. Then we have equipment cost that includes your large appliances, small appliances, everything. It will cost you around 30 lakh for the 1200 square feet model. So in total, it will become 60 lakh, and 15 lakh is the franchisee fee for the large format, and 8 lakh is the franchisee fee for the small formats. So 75 lakh is the total store investment, that is a capex for the 1200 square feet model, and for 600 square feet model, it will be 40 lakh. So operating expenses will include your rental deposit of 3 months, and then the 2-month operating expenses we have taken as the backup expenses. So overall, it will be 2-month operating expenses and 3 months rental deposit that you need for a working capital. So these are the revenue assumptions. Like for large format, 60 is the seating capacity that we are assuming. And if we are going somewhere close to 600 square feet, it will be 30. So anyhow, you will take that kind of a location where there will be somewhere close to 40-50 seating capacity. That will be around 800 square feet. So average per cover, that is average billing value that we are considering, is 400 for the small format and 550 for the large format. Delivery sale that we are assuming is 15%, and weekdays bills we are assuming 60 for around 600 square feet model, and 80 on weekends. For large format, 60 on weekdays and 120 on weekends. So based on that, we have calculated weekday salary as 24 lakh per month per week. Sorry, it will be around 11,44,000 monthly sales that we are assuming for 600 square feet model, and 18,38,000 for the 1,200 square feet model. Now, the royalty that a franchise unit franchisee need to pay to the brand is 7%. That is including in your operating expenses. Then there will be food cost, packaging cost, cost of delivery, electricity bill that we are assuming 25,000, water cost 1,600, telephone 2,500 for small, 3,000 for large. Bank charges will be 1.5% across all the models, and we are considering 35% of the total sales in that scenario. The POS that we are using as our software IT tool, 15,000, we are taking it as a renewal fee every year. Advertisement cost 3% of the total revenue, that is already including in your expenses, and that you have to bear on a per month basis. Number of staff members that we require for a 600 square feet model will be 4, and 6 will be for the large format. Average staff salary, we are assuming 22,000 for 600 to 1,200 square feet model. So approximately it will be monthly salary 88,000 and 1,32,000 for large format. So on an average, total salary will be somewhere close to 10,56,000 for the small format, that is 600 square feet, and 15 lakh for the 1,200 square feet model. Other than salaries, we have taken 2% of the total revenue as a staff welfare and incentives also. So based on all these expenses, we are expecting a monthly earning from 600 square feet model 2.98 lakh per month, and somewhere close to 3.7 for the 1,200 square feet model. So your payback will vary from 16 to 18 months. Within it will be within 1.5 year, the total capex that we are expecting to as a payback. Now, so as we have mentioned that there is a two fixed component, like one is franchisee fee that unit franchisees are paying to the brand. Other than that, there will be a 7% of the royalty that they need to pay month on month basis, depending on the revenue that they are generating. So this is the recurring sort of revenue for area developer, because revenue will increase month on month basis, and this particular revenue will increase month on month basis for area developer also. So whatever amount that area developer is going to invest for the area developer fee, that will definitely be paid, that he will be getting it payback via franchisee fee share only. That is 33%. Let's
If we
see.
can add here, friends, so what we discussed, the financials that you saw were the unit financials for running and operating the different formats. What you see on the screen is different territories currently we have, which has been split into platinum, gold, bronze, and silver territories. And we have put a minimum rollout for these locations, where the highest is obviously platinum, and it comes to 10 for smaller territories. So if we have a great partner who has capability in the entire market, we can also club platinum with bronze. Right? So if somebody is taking Hyderabad, I can also include rest of AP and Telangana. Somebody is taking Kolkata, we can include the rest of West Bengal. Somebody is taking Jaipur, we can also include rest of Rajasthan. But that is purely based on the capability and the bandwidth of the partner, that these two territories can be combined together. Now, as an area developer, like I said, one has to own and operate one location by himself. Now, the revenue streams for an area developer are two. One revenue comes from sub-franchising of the stores, which is the franchise fees component. We charge 15 lakhs franchise fees, and 33% of that franchise fees goes to the area developer. And the second component is the recurring component. So franchise fee is a one-time fee that is given by sub-franchisees, and royalty is a recurring revenue every single month, which is also shared 33% with the area developer. So these are two revenue streams for the area developer. Now, any area developer, depending on the territory that you take, even with I would say 40 to 45% of your rollout achievement, you will recover the entire territory fee that you take the rights for coffee shop company. So And these rollouts does not mean that we'll not go beyond these numbers, but this is the minimum potential that we see in the territories based on experience on franchising, based on the market, I would say, study of cafes in India. So this is the minimum rollout that we foresee in these territories across the country. Yes, Vishal, over to you.
Yeah. So as I mentioned that you can take like multiple regions, and the revenue sources that we have is one is franchisee fee share and one is royalty share. So franchisee fee share is one-time revenue, and royalty share is the recurring revenue that you will generate month-on-month basis. And it will be it will increase year on year basis also, because the revenues will go on a higher side. So the whatever amount that you are investing for the area developer, you will achieve it after, like, once there will be somewhere close to 30 to 40% of the assumptions of the rollout that we are taking. Let's suppose if you are taking a platinum category outlet, we are assuming 50 outlets, although the potential is on a very higher side. Even if we consider like Mumbai, Greater Mumbai region, potential is around more than 150, I believe. But still we are considering some 50 outlets. So the franchisee fees that we are considering is 8 lakh and 15 lakh. So on an average, if we see, it will be somewhere close to 3 to 4 lakh. The franchisee fee share will be. So it will, you are investing 1 CR, and anyhow you will achieve it once there will be around 30 to 40 franchises. So anyhow, because the master rights are with us, and we are having that kind of platform to achieve these rollout numbers in a shorter span of time, with the maximum number of events that we are creating, and the different regional teams who are helping our area developers to achieve these numbers. So collectively we can achieve this number in like 1.5 years, maximum to 2 years. So the revenues, the royalty revenue that you are getting for the 50 outlets will start in 1.5 year. And before that also, like, if you achieve some 10 to 15 outlets within 1 year, the royalty will be there. So the payback will be within 1 to 1.5 year. So if you if you see, like, we have covered most of the regions under this. So any region that is that you want to club, we can do that, and depending on that we can customize other plans and all. So if you have any queries, you can drop it into chat box, so we can happy to answer that.
Friends, so I'll also, Vishal, if you can also put your number and your email ID. Friends, we'll be
Yes,
happy to
yes.
speak to you, because this is very detailed working that we have done on the entire business model formats, what would work for these markets. So we can have maybe a one-to-one call between today and the weekend to discuss on the business model at large. But just to quickly summarize, the brand has been successfully operating in very diverse markets, and they've created a presence and awareness with a focus on regionally developed premium products. They have a proven track record of operational excellence in various markets, which provides also a solid base for strong growth in a market like India. The entire supply chain is centralized and handled by Franchise India, and we already have vendors which have been finalized for both perishables, non-perishables, and also our equipment. And the staff, like you saw, the typical staff which is required in a cafe business is a multi-utility staff. So you don't need to have a very skilled, specialized staff. The staff can be trained on the entire business operations, and they also handle multiple stations in the outlet. And they're not, I would say, don't have to have the overall business need not have much of back to house operations. So the staff requirement is very, very lean. So any other questions, friends, that you have, please reach out to us. And before I close, I'll also request Sana, maybe a few words from you as your closing remarks.
Thank you very much. I think, honestly saying, it's a great and unique opportunity to develop this brand at the very beginning, because we know before the Corona, we had more or less more than 400 outlets. Corona was, of course, cleaning up a lot, but we know what is our way to success, and we'll definitely repeat it. And now with partnering with the Franchise India, I think now at the very beginning, it's a great and unique opportunity that will be, of course, closing throughout the years. And I think it's a great win-win scenario, especially thinking about the growth of the category of the coffee. And it's a great opportunity for you to experience our great coffees and to get access to our fantastic products.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sana. And I'll thank all our friends who joined in. Over to you, Bharat.
Right. Thank you so much, everyone. And those who joined this webinar, I really appreciate you all. In case if you would like to get in touch with us, Vishal has already shared his number in the chat box. You can connect with him even right after this webinar. And after that, we can have a deep dive discussion about the opportunity in your respective areas. So I think that's it for the day, everyone. Thanks so much, Zana, for coming here today and talking about your brand and providing the great opportunity for the Indian, the people who are looking for their franchise business, in particularly in India. So thanks so much, Sonia ma'am, for coming here, adding value to this overall webinar. And guys, Vishal, Sahil, and Asif, thanks so much for helping me drive this webinar today. So that's it for the day, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. Tomorrow we will again come up with a new brand and we will explore another opportunity. Till then, take care. Have a nice day ahead. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.